Trojan Felly, what's up, man? USCJ, and we here. It's the top of the morning. I hope everybody's getting ready to get up, get out, and make some things happen, man. Listen, I came to you guys last night. We had some great news dealing with the new collective that USC and the Boulevard is forming, man. That is some great news, and as a result, this thing should really be able to take off in as it relates to recruiting. It should be more appealing as other guys and other teams like Oregon, like Oklahoma, like Louisville, like Miami, like all these other teams that even Notre Dame, all these other teams that have now formed collectives. This thing should be more appealing, and we've seen this thing surge. We've seen it surge. Those who have it together. You see the recruiting surge right now. And as a result, we're getting ready to see the same thing with USC. And so I couldn't help but to think, and I went back and I reflected over the weekend. And one of the things that caught my eyes over the weekend was how physical Bishop Gorman was actually with modern day. They were extremely physical. And yes, Zachariah Branch absolutely went off. He stole the show. He was extremely physical as well in his play, bumping the cornerback and be able to have the ability to make an adjustment on the end zone on a corner play. Zachariah Branch shows why he is Tyreek Hill. I mean, you name it. I mean, the guy is he's just unbelievable, man. He's just a physical, fast, precise in his route running. You could tell this guy really constantly works on this stuff day in and day out, man. I mean, he's just like no other. And what he showed on Saturday was impressive. But even more so, what was impressive to me was how physical overall Bishop Gorman was with modern day. And that play, that physical aspect of it came from the interior play, the line play. And I looked at it, I said, man, let me go back and take a look at Bishop Gorman's roster. Now, I know some of these guys are being recruited. Most of them are being recruited. And I know one of them is committed to Stanford. But when I looked at the size of Bishop Gorman's offensive line and I looked at how physical they was, it absolutely blew my mind. You guys seen the thumbnail picture there. Bishop Gorman's offensive line looks absolutely ridiculous. And they are, I mean, the whole offensive line. And that brings me to this conclusion. USC needs to go after Bishop Gorman's whole offensive line. Hands down. I mean, they need to go off after that line. Now, I know some of those guys are seniors and sophomores and juniors trickling in with each other. But, man, I'm telling you, that should be a pipeline that within the next few years, that nobody else should be able to get their hands on. USC needs to put their stamp of approval on that Las Vegas area, which is not far. I lived in Vegas for 5 years. I mean, you got nothing but a bunch of California transplant. My family moved from California. A lot of them moved from LA to Vegas. I mean, that's nothing but a lot of Los Angeles transplants, man. And so that's really a California connection, in my opinion. That's how I look at Bishop Gorman. And so listen, those guys we need to lock in on Bishop Gorman's offensive line as well as modern day's offensive line. It was some physical play. I mean, the game was tight. It was 24-21. It came down, and Zachariah Branch, I mean, he came away with an incredible touchdown at the end of the game, man. And listen, I want to read some of these guys to you, this offensive line, because when you look at the size of Bishop Gorman's offensive line, man, you just like, wow. You know, of course, we know that Bosco's doing it like that. We know that Modern Day's doing it like that. And we know quite a few other schools in Los Angeles areas doing it like that. But when you think about West Coast football, people don't always, around the world, they don't always attach West Coast football with Bishop Gorman, but it really is West Coast football, and that's really, I consider putting a fence around that as well. But I want to look at some of this offensive line, man, and look at the size of these guys, and you guys going to see that USC really needs to be in the mix with all these guys right here, man. It doesn't make any sense for us not to get these guys because they are absolutely just massive guys on the offensive line. Let's look at them, man. Even some of their D-line prospects. So here it is. I don't want to butcher these names, but these are some of the sophomore guys, and I'm just going to read some of them to you. But here's one of them, Sayani Matuka. Oh, he's an O-line, D-line listed. He's a sophomore, 6'1", 260. He's already big. Then you got another one here. He's committed to Stanford, O-line, 6'5", 285. That's a big boy. He's a senior, Zach Yamachi. He's committed to Stanford. Then you have another one here, Masoli Malui, O-line. He's a senior, 6'3", 280. We need to get him in the mix. You got another guy here, Elijah Cornell. He's a junior, 6'5", 280. I mean, these guys are humongous. And look, here's another guy here, Jacob Norcross, 6'3", 265. He's a junior, O-line. Here's another guy. They got him listed as senior. He's a little short, though. But so I'm not going to kind of mention him out. But I'm looking at these big guys. Here's another guy. He's a sophomore. CJ Alafatulo. 6'3", 270. He's a sophomore. I mean, what in the world? These dudes here at Bishop Gorman are huge. Here's another one. He's a sophomore. 6'5", 270. Douglas Uto. So they got some guys. Another one here. Aiden Yance. He's a junior. 6'1", 270. He's an O-line. You got another one, Leroy Terry. He's a sophomore, 6'3", 260. These guys got some guys that's going to get into these bodies. Here's another one, Alexander Raguro, 6'7", 265, junior. And then here's one more, Seth Wefford, 6'6", 290. He's a senior. So listen, man, Bishop Gorman got some big boys on the line, and USC needs to be going after every single one of these guys, because we seen what they did against Modern Day. They gave them some physical play. They gave them a physical game, and I got much respect after watching that game, even more so now for Bishop Gorman and all those athletes that they had on the field. I'm just naming the offensive line. They had athletes all over the field. And look, Modern Day didn't struggle with them just for no reason. They got some big uglies on the line. You guys hit me in the comment section. I want to know what you guys think. USC's pipeline, Bishop Gorman, Modern Day, St. John Bosco, and many more. Long Beach Poly, De La Salle, many more. So you guys hit me in the comment section. Tell me what you think. Like, share, subscribe. USCJ32 on Instagram. USCJ32 on Twitter. Fight on, fight on, fight on.